It's an understatement to say it's been quite a day in politics. We're live now to Mark McAllister. And Mark, while all this was happening in Ottawa, the country's premiers were here in Toronto holding a summit of their own with a very big stick, Trump's tariffs, hanging over their heads.
That's true. All 13 provincial and territorial leaders coming together here today, trying to concentrate on what was supposed to be an agenda dealing with those Trump tariffs and border security. But Chrystia Freeland's resignation certainly kind of overshadowed what was happening here today and everything that they were trying to talk about.
Today has been an important reminder of how critical it is that premiers work together. No matter what's happening in Ottawa, all of us premiers will remain united as Team Canada to provide steady and stable leadership.
Admitting to what he called chaos in the nation's capital, Premier Ford led the meeting of First Ministers in Toronto, overshadowed by Federal Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland's decision to step down. Ford saying there was a brief call with Freeland on speakerphone, but not much discussion beyond that. Instead, the group was focused on the issues of the day, the threat of tariffs from President-elect Donald Trump and border security.
Tariffs are not good for anyone in North America, and to get into a broad-based tariff war for Canadians with the United States of America is not good for any of the jurisdictions, I think, that are represented up here.
Based on two previous virtual meetings with Prime Minister Trudeau, the Premier said they're united in calling for increased security along the Canada-U.S. border. Trump's concerns with illegal border crossings and drugs are shared among the leaders here as well.
We still have some problem, at least in Quebec. We still have some people coming at the airport and then moving illegally to United States.
In the continued effort to convince their American counterparts that tariffs are not good for either country, Ford said that the premiers will embark on a mission to Washington in February, after Trump's inauguration. In the meantime, the premiers also admitted that each jurisdiction in this country is its own, and an approach to tariffs may be different based on how they could impact the province's economy. That after Ford had said he would cut off electricity to some states, while Alberta's premier said she would not use retaliatory tactics involving oil and gas exports.
So every single one of us have an argument that we can make about how this integrated nature of our economies benefit Canadian and American consumers. And so those are the kind of arguments that we are making to our counterparts through the media.
Now, Mark, back to Chrystia Freeland's resignation. Did the premiers offer any other thoughts on how this move and the turmoil in Ottawa may impact the discussions about Trump's tariffs?
Well, of course, there was a couple of premiers' meetings with the Prime Minister prior to this. They did take some time, at least quite a few of them saying that they appreciated Freeland's leadership, both as Finance Minister, but also in leading some of those discussions about Canada-U.S. relations. They also said it's very important, as you heard throughout that story, for them to stay together, make sure that there's some sort of continuity as they continue to deal with their counterparts south of the border while they're waiting for President-elect Donald Trump to actually be inaugurated.